Welcome back to Special Friends Podcast. My name is Mary Santora.
I'm Sarah Huntington.
We got
I'm not allowed to move anymore.
You're not allowed to move?
That was my new rule for the podcast.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I move too much.
Well, here's what the problem is. Is that, hold on. Now I'm adjusting the mic like an asshole. All right, hold on. You hear that?
What?
Move your mic around.
La, 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 la,
You don't
la,
hear
la,
that,
la, la.
that sound of
La,
like the
la.
microphone moving?
That.
Yes. That sounds terrible. So what I do is I go in and I edit that out. But one of your favorite things to do is to talk while you move. So when you're touching the microphone head, you're also telling a story. So then I can't take the sound out.
You know what's funny is, so you told me that, but then also a week ago, I was filming something at the stand for like this Bilt credit card thing. And the videographer was like, hey, try not to move as much as you normally do.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, you move around a lot. I was like, do I? He's like, yeah, you're like super animated. You're all over the place. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Dude, you're a psycho. There's not a moment in your life where you're sitting still, whether it's on stage or on the podcast or at the house. Like, you're never, ever.
This was like before he even started recording either. This was from like past stuff that he's had to record of me. So
Yeah.
this wasn't like he just saw it once. He was like, no, like
Yeah.
I'm bringing this up from your past.
This is a thing. Definitely. Yeah, my thing is now I'm mad at the audio. Now I'm like, okay, that's a little bit better. I fidget. I'll get like antsy and I'll want to switch positions, but just don't do it while you're talking. That's the only rule. And I have a lot more training in this stuff from radio than you do. So it's like, what?
You're getting so serious.
I don't like the way it sounds. I don't want to put out a product that sounds like ass. Because then we're just, what separates us from two friggin' white dudes who are talking about Bitcoin?
I mean, overall, nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Either way.
Yes, either way. If ours actually, because, dude, you know what is so funny? It's so easy to make a podcast. It's so easy. Mm-hmm. You buy a mic, you record it, and then you literally don't have to do anything to it. You can just hit upload. Mm-hmm. You don't have to edit it. You don't have to make sure it sounds good. You don't have to do anything. And then when you hear some of these podcasts, you're like, oh, that's what they did. They didn't listen back to it. They didn't care if it was good content or if it physically sounded good or not. And I don't want to be one of those.
Okay.
What is your problem?
No, all I said was I'm not allowed to move, and now you're like, well, I don't want to put out a bad podcast.
Because it sounds like shit. You're making it be like it doesn't matter if I move around.
No, I'm not going to move. I'm saying that I'm not going to.
No, because now you're making it seem like I'm some crazy, like, rule. Like I have too many rules.
No.
When I just want it to sound good.
No, I'm not. And I said that you're not the only person that told me that. I said that this has been the second time this week. I was making fun of myself. What's wrong? You're mad at me because I turned the internet off.
I am not happy about it.
And you're like taking it out on me.
I'm not taking anything out on you. Since I yelled at you about the internet, you've been weird.
I have not been weird.
Sarah's been weird all night. Here's what happened. I finally get the break of my life. I finally get my big break. Sarah can't handle that. I'm telling her all about it all day. I've been so excited. And I tell her, I said, man, I applied for this thing.
I've been nothing but supportive.
Sarah, can I speak my truth without you gaslighting the audience before they even know the story?
Okay.
I tell Sarah, oh my God, this incredible thing happened. I applied for this thing. I think it would be funny if I got it. Casting director calls me a couple hours later to ask me legal questions to make sure I'd be able to travel for this project. And then is like, okay, I'll send it off to like the head casting guy. And then from there, you'll get like a questionnaire you have to fill out that'll take an hour. It's all online, but it's like really long. And then from there, you'll do like a Zoom interview if you get selected through all these processes. So they sent me like 2 hours after we were joking around about it, they sent me the questionnaire. But you can't restart it. You can only do it once. You have to finish it in the same sitting as you start it. And so I am 3/4 of the way through it, and Sarah just goes, oh, fuck. I'm like, what? She's like, I unplugged the internet. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because I never have opportunities. It's been 1.5 years of no's. Do you understand that? Everything I've applied for 1.5 years has been a no. I get one opportunity that Sarah is maybe jealous of, and all of a sudden,
I can apply to the same one.
All of a sudden, Miss lives her life phone on 1%, I just like really needed to charge my phone.
It was on 1%.
Your phone is always on 1%.
Yeah, but I was doing something.
But you have a charger in your room?
No, that's where my charger is right now. My charger was out here. I went into my room to charge my phone, but I was like, oh yeah, I brought my charger out here to plug my laptop in because I only have one charger for my phone and my laptop, which, okay, that's my fault. But it was out here, but you had plugged in the battery pack.
So we could record our podcast.
But there was an extra one in between there. So I was like, my phone charger is too big for that because it's actually a laptop charger. And so I was like, oh, let me just switch over the battery pack to this one. But it was actually the internet.
So what do you think, audience? Does that sound like Sarah maybe sabotaged my only shot at fame in the last 18 months?
Also, I have done these applications before. It doesn't affect it when it shuts off the internet. You just can't close out of it. Also, you can copy and paste. You can copy the whole page and paste it.
Strange. It's just strange to me that I've never had a moment where I'm like, hey, this is important.
Never. You've never
It's
had
never happened since we've lived together.
Moment.
It's never happened since we've lived together. And the one time I need the internet, oops.
You're right.
Shut it off.
I don't want you to get this. That's what it is.
I know it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a jealous little bitch.
I know. I don't want you to leave for 6 weeks.
I would be in a foreign country for 6 weeks, and she's throwing a little temper tantrum about
I
it.
don't want you to leave for 6 weeks. That's all.
This isn't the way to do it, Sarah. You talk about your feelings openly. You don't sabotage people.
I think, if anything, the audience will also agree with me. Gone for 6 weeks, you guys get nothing.
You can't do a podcast by yourself for 6 weeks? You can't do a podcast for 6 minutes by yourself.
What am I going to talk about?
It's evolving the universe.
It's just me making various noises for an hour straight. Bada bing.
Yeah.
Boopa.
And now a chicken. So I yelled at Sarah. She unplugged it, and I got mad, and I was like, are you fucking with me right now? And she was like, no, I swear. I was like, don't touch it anymore. Stop touching shit. No, just let me try something. No, stop touching things.
No, I didn't say let me try
Yeah,
something.
you were like, no, just let me, I've done this before.
No, I was telling you what you needed to do. I was like, I've done this before. You need to copy.
I thought you were saying I've done this before, like I've unplugged the internet. I know how to get it back.
No, I've done what you're doing before, and I've thought that I might lose it because I had to get up and do something, so I copy and pasted the whole page if something were to happen.
That's why I was
trying to tell you I've done this before. Just copy the page, and you're
I was like, stop touching shit. I said I have internet right now.
I was trying to help
Don't
you.
touch anything. Don't touch another thing. I have the internet. And then after that altercation, you got weird and you got quiet because I know you don't like being yelled at.
Well, what was I supposed to? Well, you want me to yell back at you?
No, but you got weird and quiet. And then afterwards, we're setting up from the podcast. And I'm a fun guy. So I asked her, I was like, why did you have to plug your phone in out here? After it was over and done with, I may or may not have brought it up again.
After we completely got over it, I helped you out with it, answered your questions.
Because you felt bad, because you felt guilty. You're like, maybe I shouldn't sabotage the one person who cares about me and loves me.
Got your cookies out of the oven, tried your cookies, brought one over for you to try. And then you're like, hey, real quick.
Why did you sabotage me?
And I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. It's over.
She literally looks at me and goes, don't start with this right now. Oh, you get one important thing and the whole house has to be on edge. No, you don't have to be on edge. You just have to not unplug shit. I never said you got to be quiet.
Because in 4 hours, you're going to be completely over this.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. But right now,
I'm going to bring this up.
Right now, you're mad.
I'm going to bring this up in the confessionals when we're taping the project.
Right, I'm
going to bring it up.
You're mad. You're going to forget about this in 2 hours.
And
then
when,
you're going to be like, sorry for yelling at you.
When?
I acted on my emotions. I didn't mean to do that.
When I complete this project, I don't want to say too much, but at the end of it, when perhaps I'm giving, I don't know, a speech or something about the experience, I'm going to say, they're like, why did you do this? I'm going to be like, I did it for my roommate because she didn't believe in me. I did it to prove her wrong because she unplugged the internet during my application process.
You with auditions is me with dating.
Yeah.
You get the very tip of it. Like, one casting director is like, "Hey, we might be interested in you and 5,000 other people," and you're like, "This is my big break."
My big break.
They
They were interested in me, and I'm famous now.
You're like, "I'm literally going to be the most famous person in the world. This is crazy. This is my opportunity." I mean, I'm gonna host the show the next year. That will be me.
I'm gonna do so
I will
well.
be so good at this.
Listen,
I will be the host of this show the following year.
They're going to ask me back. They're going to fire the host, and they're going to be like, she won over the hearts of America. We have to bring her back. Ratings are through the roof. It would be dumb of us not to have her back on the show. That's already happened, okay? But I have to decline for the following year because my theater tour is selling out. So my 2027 theater tour is already sold out, right? We do that for 2027, 2028. I come back and host 2029. 2030, Vegas residency 2031.
This is based off of one phone call.
One
a
phone call.
4-minute phone call.
He asked me if I had any DUIs and was allowed to travel out of the country.
2 questions on a 2-minute phone call.
It's pretty important information.
This is the route that we've gone down.
Do you have any felonies? Are you any warrants in any foreign countries?
Also, questions that they should ask anyone for anything ever. They're not
they're asking me.
asking you deep, meaningful questions about yourself. They're like, "Hey, you got any DUIs?" You're like, "This is my big break.
This is my big break." Because if I had a DUI, I couldn't travel out of the country. Do you understand that?
You're
it's
like,
all
and this
lining
is
up?
why my past is so important.
Yes,
Everything is led up to this moment. It's all connected. The stars are aligned.
I know you're being a bitch right now, but that's 100% true. Had I ever gotten caught in my decades of blacking out, I wouldn't be able to have this opportunity right now. Do you understand
God
that?
was looking out.
How many times do I have to tell you to believe in Jesus and you won't do it? This is the reason, Sarah. This opportunity is the reason. Now, I know you think I'm crazy, but let's look at the facts real quick. I have been told no for a year and a half. Not a single thing that I've applied for have I gotten, okay? So, not only did I get a, hey, because you apply on the casting network.
Just have a, am I allowed to say that? JFL.
Oh, yeah, I think
Didn't you just have a JFL audition?
Yeah, but that's different.
You literally just got a huge opportunity 2 weeks ago.
But that's not a yes.
I've never been told yes.
That's not a yes.
That was a yes to audition.
That's a callback. So, you apply on this casting networks where you send in like your vague resume.
You also you went to a casting
callback.
call.
These are callbacks.
And you got it already.
Yeah, but that's
You just got one last week.
that's a commercial.
Okay.
That's completely different.
So you've been told yes 3 times this month.
I'm not gonna sell out a theater tour from my makeup commercial.
You never know.
Let me just explain. I never get told yes.
Okay.
And then I apply this morning at like 9 a.m. I get a thing that's like, hey, send us a video. Like 2 hours later. Attest to that being not always the case. They don't always ask you for a video.
Right.
So that's what was exciting the first time. I send in the video at like 12:30. And then at 4, I get a phone call asking me all those questions. So 4 hours later, after they asked for a self-tape, now they send me a phone call. And then 2 hours after that, they send me the email with the questionnaire. So not only do I not get callbacks very often, for them to follow up so quickly is like, hey, they must be pretty interested in me. And what does Sarah do? No more Wi-Fi. You know what my dad used to do? You just unlocked a core memory before you say anything. You remember dial-up internet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. For those of you, our 7 or 8 Gen Z listeners, dial-up internet used to be connected to your phone line in your house. So you, anyway, you could not use the phone and the internet at the same time. And my dad, whenever he would need to make a phone call or he would tell us to get off the internet, he'd be pissed off at us if we said no. Be like, I'm on a chat or I'm on this. He would say, you're going to get the tow.
The toe?
The toe. You're going to get the toe, which is when he would come over to the power strip and put his toe on it and shut off the internet. And you gave me the toe. You gave me the toe. My dad traumatized me with that. You don't get off the internet in the next 5 minutes, you're going to get the toe. And then he'd come over and click the toe.
Your dad traumatized you? That was traumatizing? That the internet that your dad paid for?
Yes.
Getting turned off because you were in a chat room probably with some 30-year-old man saying age, sex, location?
Listen, if I want to give a predator my bra size, I'm allowed to do that.
But
It's
that
2001.
was traumatizing for me that my dad would turn off the internet in his own home.
That's 100% traumatizing, and act like you would even think that when you were 11 and your crush got on AIM. Your crush is on AOL Instant Messenger. And you're going to sign off, you're out of your mind. The first thing I'm doing is like messaging them.
I'm 100% sure my dad would have never said, I'll give you the toe. He probably was like, I'm going to give you the backhand.
Well, he would give us the toe, and that's exactly what you did.
The toe would have been a miracle. The toe would have been so lovely, actually.
Well, you embodied Anthony Santora today and tried to, maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign.
That was your dad's name?
Tony. Anthony,
yeah. Anthony. Yeah,
what
I
did you
forgot.
think I said?
I just forgot that Tony was short for Anthony.
Yeah, it's Tony. Now, plead your case.
I wasn't trying to sabotage you. I was just trying to plug in the... Whatever. Did you submit it?
I submitted it.
Did you submit it? Did it go through just fine?
Everything went through. He's probably gonna call me in an hour or two.
That's what you think.
And tell me that I got it, and I have to move to Wales or wherever this place is shooting. But you are right that when I do get an opportunity, I'm a dreamer, dude, and so in my head I already have.
You're 7 steps ahead.
I'm 12 steps ahead. I'm already in second place, and I have to make a decision that could ruin my life and my career moving forward. Do I make this decision and continue on to win? Or do I not make this decision and go home? I'm already there. I'm already on week 10.
You already have like the other members lined up.
I know who they are. I know who my friends are. There's going to be a loud,
the alliances you're going to create.
Yes.
You already have your enemies picked out.
Yes.
Who's your enemy?
Dan. You think I didn't know anything about this? I already have my first confessional taped in my head. Dan walks in. He's loud. 24-year-old influencer. Okay? He comes in. He's loud. He's got abs.
You said that too quick, so I know that was not off the cuff. That was not
Sarah,
a joke. You
what
thought
did you
about
think
this.
I was thinking about while I was walking to the store to get chips? I was playing this scenario out in my head. His name's Dan. He's an influencer. He's 24. He might be a finance guy. It could be either way. He's got abs. He's traditionally good looking, but I think he's annoying. So he walks in. He's the loud one in the space, and he's being loud and I'm here to win. I'm not here to make friends, bro. And
then what do you do?
He's one of those guys.
Okay.
And then it cuts directly to me in a confessional. And I go, that dude sucks. Just like that.
Wait, do you ever do this? Like your fake TV show interview?
The confessional where they cut to you?
No, but my brain will do this thing like when I'm walking a lot of times. And I'll be giving an interview. I'll be like getting interviewed on a talk show.
Okay.
And I'll just be like, yeah, so I guess it started, all the way back in high school. And I'll have a whole thing that I'm talking to this talk show host about for when I pop off and I'm famous. Like,
you gotta be prepared.
You know, I always knew I had it in me. I don't know if I had the right opportunities growing up. And like, I'm talking to a
Sarah,
talk show host for hours.
I do this for every scenario of my life.
But do you have that one where you're like talking about your,
right. I
your
haven't
big
done,
break?
I don't want to say every scenario of my life. I do this at concerts.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm fourth row at a concert, I'm like, what song am I going to pick when John Mayer brings me on stage?
Yeah, I need to do that. Ready. I posted something about, like, because I feel like our generation and Gen X, they're always like, Gen Z is so delusional. Like, they're always on TikTok thinking they're going to get famous. I'm like, no, we've all been doing that. I used to call into a radio station and, like, WZPL, and I'm like, they're going to ask me to sing. This will be my big break.
Cheetah Girls, too. They're going to see me.
Yeah. I was like, I will be on Disney Channel. Once I just get to sing a song on the, like, I would call in for just requesting a song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, when they ask me,
you're ready
to sing,
you got
which
the bars.
they've never asked anyone to do. And I had a very mediocre voice.
In the history of radio, nobody's ever been, what do you want to request? Can you sing it for me? That's never happened.
But in my mind, that was going to happen for me. And that was going to be my big break. That was going to be it.
Well, that's what I do. I know the song, if John Mayer pulled me on stage, we would sing Edge of Desire.
But also, I was like 9 years old when I was doing that.
I'm 35.
But,
okay, so the way I feel about my career, I have a fake fight with Dan we're going to go back and forth. We're probably going to end up being the final two, which is what's going to be annoying, is that we're going to hate each other the whole time. But he has strengths where my weaknesses are. So I have to keep him around for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
Physically fit. I'm mentally fit.
Right. Okay.
We make a good team.
Okay.
But I'll cross him. I'm here to win. It would be nice to make a friend, but I am here to win. That's what I'm confessional cut to. Not Dan.
If
you
get
do
this,
that.
I hope we can cut back and forth to this moment. I really do.
A year from now? Mm-hmm. That would be incredible. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Mm-hmm. Oh, God. That'd be worth it. I could die happy. I'd jump off a bridge.
I know. I can tell how excited you are about this moment. You're already planning how
Sarah,
you're going
you
to
don't even
edit the
get it.
podcast clip
Yeah.
to go back and forth.
Between that and when this airs, and then save it, we're going to save it on a hard drive. And then when I'm the host of it, like I said, in 2030, you're going to eat your words, bitch. You're going to eat those fucking words. So I do that with my career a lot. Sarah does that with relationships. Sarah is married.
I am married.
Right now. She's currently married.
Mm-hmm.
It was a small ceremony.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Very small. Just the two of us.
It's a great story, though. I do love this story. Are you going to tell it?
What do I have to hide?
Okay. I love this story.
No. So I'm like, okay, I really have not talked about my breakup very much on here. Whatever. I went through a breakup. It's been 4 months now. I'm allowed to go on dates. I'm allowed to.
You were allowed to go on dates a week after.
I was.
You're allowed to do whatever you want, but it has been ample time to like heal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you were out fucking right away. You know what I mean? No, you haven't even shown interest in men.
No.
In months.
No, because I really don't have a lot of interest in men. And in all honesty, I really don't like very many of you at all. I mean, this is not to be rude. It's just, I really am not a huge fan.
I don't think anybody is.
Yeah, no, you know how I know nobody is? Because I work at a gym with like all gay men. They all hate men.
Yeah.
The other day we were talking about, did you know the trees, those trees that smell like cum?
Yeah.
They're male trees.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's why your allergies get so bad. It's the male trees that cause you to have allergies. And all the men that I'm working with are like, it's the men. Can you believe it? They suck. We need more female trees. Men suck. And I was like, now hold up. Like, that's how I know men suck. Because men, the only people that really, really like you is gay men. And even they hate you a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. I'm sorry. There's a male loneliness pandemic going on. And I shouldn't be saying this right now. But just suck less.
That's it.
I'll like you more if you suck less.
Take a shower. Learn a trick.
I put something on my social media where I was like, like you're supposed to like your boyfriend. Hey, I don't know if you knew this. You're supposed to like your boyfriend. Hey, that's kind of on men's side. I'm trying to help you guys out. A bunch of men commenting, oh, no, maybe your boyfriend didn't like you. Why are you mad at me?
Right?
Why are you mad at me? You're the reason that we don't like you because you say stupid shit. Okay. Anyway, I'm married.
Not this man. Not this man. Not her husband. Those are other men.
Well, and I think it's because I think women have a hard time finding a guy that they like because a lot of them do suck. But it's like, hey, you're supposed, like, if you, like, I was saying, like, you, like, when I talk to you, like, I can tell you like Brian.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about loving him.
No, not about loving him.
Because our parents told us, like, well, I sure don't like him, but I gotta love him. Mm-hmm. Like, and they talk about that, my dad would always do that about all of the kids. Just like, well, I don't like you guys, but I got to because I made you. And I'm like, well, that's not fair. You're supposed to like them.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another one of my friends, and I'm like, I can just tell the way you talk about him, like you like him. But so many women that I talk to, I'm like, you hate that man.
You don't like him.
Why do you stay?
I say that about my brother sometimes, where I'm like, if my brother and sister-in-law were not Christians, they would be divorced.
Yeah.
Like, they don't like each other.
You're like supposed to have a good time with your partner. Like, you're supposed to enjoy being around them. You're supposed to have fun.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be this like, I'm bind to them. I have to. And I know it's very easy as like a single person to be saying this, but I also have talked to enough people in happy relationships where I'm like, no, you can like your partner.
And I don't like Brian 100% of the time.
Not 100%
And he doesn't like me 100% of the
Absolutely
time.
not.
There's plenty of times where either we're bickering or he does some shit that I'm like, we've talked about this. Like, or I'll do it. I'll pop off on some emotional shit when I know better. And he's like, this is so annoying. You know what I mean? You don't like someone 100% of the time, but an overall feeling should be like, yes, I enjoy this person. I like being around them. I'm not waiting for them to leave.
Yeah.
I
You shouldn't dread going home.
I don't cringe at the touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, don't get, like,
Yeah.
I don't like it when he kisses me, like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
turns out I just did not like my ex. Unfortunately, that is very bad to say. Unfortunate for him. Just did not like him. Did not like when I was touched. I did not like when he came to visit. I did not enjoy when he slept in my bed. I did not like how tall he was and he slept in my bed and it took up too much space in my bed. I did not like when he used my shower and he was too tall to be in the shower and he used too much of my body wash. I did not like when he used my sugar scrub and I caught him using my sugar scrub and he was rubbing it all over his big, tall body. I did not like that. So sometimes you just like don't like them. And that's okay.
that's okay.
But you're supposed to.
If you're in a relationship, you should probably be with someone that you have more positive things to say about.
But he was so nice.
He was nice.
I do want to talk about that because I think...
Wait, pick one story. What do you want to talk about? You don't have to tell that story about how you got married. You don't have to tell that. Or we can go into being with nice guys. But we only have about 20 minutes left, so you got to pick a way to go. Because knowing us, we're not going to get through both.
I want to start with the you're supposed to.
Okay, we'll go
nice
from
guy
here.
Thing. Yeah,
he was a very nice guy. You have not dated ever a nice guy,
right?
And I don't know if I'm the first person who told you that, but last year when you were like describing things to me, I'm like, I think he's the first boyfriend you've had who's ever been nice to you.
Yeah,
that's like not toxic. That there isn't anything wrong, and there doesn't have to be anything wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think that happens a decent amount to girls where you're in so many toxic relationships and you're treated so poorly for so long that then you date somebody that's nice and all the other stuff goes out the window. Mm-hmm. Where you're like, okay, well, what do you guys have in common? Nothing. Oh, well, what do you like really enjoy about him? What's his hobbies that you think are cool? Like what like draws you to him? How's the sex?
What has he taught you?
Yeah.
What is something he's brought to the relationship you didn't have before?
And I just have to look at them and be like, what are you talking about, babe? He doesn't hit me. Like, are you not listening to what I'm saying?
I feel comfortable.
He didn't call me a dumb bitch. Like,
I feel comfortable leaving money out around him.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think he steals my prescriptions.
He didn't steal my car. Like,
right.
He didn't steal my car and drop it off at some random neighborhood and it got stolen out of his driveway. Like,
I don't have to count my prescription pills after he leaves.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and so I got caught in this, like, but he's nice, and then just completely forgot all the other stuff. And I'm like, oh, wait. Someone can be nice to you, and you can also enjoy them.
And so I was going to say someone can be nice to you and not have a connection.
True.
Which is the same. Yeah. It's the same thing. Just the opposite way of saying it. Is that someone can be nice to you and not be right for you.
Yes.
But if you've never been treated well, he would come out here. He would surprise you with little gifts and things like that. Like, those are very kind things to do. But people who you don't necessarily click with or have a connection with can still be caring.
Right.
And if you've never been cared for, you can confuse that with love or intimacy or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And then when you drag it out too long because you're thinking, oh, well, there's nothing wrong, so I can't just like leave because there's nothing wrong. He hasn't like stole my car or hit me or anything like that. So like what? I'd be crazy to leave, but then all those things bottle up where I'm just like, I don't want you to like touch me.
Well, and that is the thing that's wrong.
Right.
Is like you're so programmed that the thing that is wrong has to be diabolical.
Right.
It has to be a sin.
Right.
It has to be punishable by law. And if it's not, then there's nothing wrong. But really, I'm not that attracted to you.
You're supposed to like them.
Is wrong. I don't like it when you tell me stories. That is wrong. I don't like it when we kiss.
I'm so sorry I yawned during your story. You're so nice.
Those are things that are wrong,
Mm-hmm.
And it can be hard. And I think I said that to you. You were having a little bit of a time. We were at Costco. I very clearly remember this because we were both in long distance relationships and you would talk to me about it. And I'd be like, Brian isn't the first nice guy I've dated, but he is the best guy I've dated in that like he pays attention. And I remember we met at my friend's barbecue And I'm just giving you one example of like the little things he remembers and the attention to detail that he has. We were at my friend's barbecue. We met in person. We had been DMing on Instagram and texting a little bit. And we finally met in person. I was drinking LaCroix. I had only been sober a couple months at this point. He asked me out on a date. He waited until we were met in person to ask me out on a date. And then at our first date, we went to an axe throwing place and it was BYOB. And he brought the same flavor of LaCroix that I was drinking at the barbecue. Aww. And he was like, I saw you were drinking these. I don't know if they're your favorite or not, but I figured you would like them. And he didn't tell me about it. He didn't ask me about it. Like that's a very nice, very kind, very like loving thing to do. Yeah. And I had never had somebody pay that much attention before. Yeah. You know? And
then you also had a good time on the date.
Yeah, and I also had a good time on the date, and I did want...
It wasn't just because of LaCroix.
No, but
You've been holding on to that LaCroix for 4 years. You're
still have the can.
Sarah, you brought me a LaCroix.
I hug it when I'm sad.
Obviously, I have to move back home.
I actually cry into the LaCroix can, and I collect up all my tears for when
it's
the
almost
relationship is bad. For when the relationship is bad.
It would have been full in like a week.
I cry a lot. I know. But actually, side note real quick about how much I cry. On this application for this project, they said, what are some of your weaknesses? And one of the things I listed was that I cry too much. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm always crying. Like, there's always some kind of a crisis that's making me cry.
I can't think of two opposite people to be around each other so much for how little I cry and how much you cry. It's crazy.
Dude. I cried a couple days ago.
Because sometimes I think the other day you were in your room and you like said something and I was like, are you about to cry?
Yeah, well, it was a thing with Brian. He and I were going through it. And I was having a hard time because we're in a long distance relationship and it's not easy.
No, you know what? I can't wait to feel so emotional for somebody that they make me cry.
Yeah.
I'm like excited for that.
Yeah. To like fully open yourself up to someone. Yeah. And care about them and care about their feelings and love them and be like, I want to do everything I can to make you happy. Mm-hmm. And that was what I was crying about last week, is that being in a long distance relationship has been tearing away at both of us. Right. I'm going home this weekend. It'll be about 5 weeks since we've seen each other. That's a long time to not see somebody that you love. 5 weeks. And so he was texting me. We were going back and forth and we were having one of those very real, very raw conversations that are necessary in relationships, but are very hard to have. So he was basically just like, I was like, hey, why haven't you been texting me in the mornings? Like good morning stuff. And he was like, because I don't really feel it. I'm tired of this. I don't want to text you in the morning. I want to kiss you goodbye in the morning. Right. I want you to be here. Right. I'm getting exhausted of this. I'm getting worn out. And the thing that sucks is that I'm like, we're both sitting there kind of saying how we feel. And that hurts to hear when it's like, oh, my partner doesn't want to tell me they love me in the morning. But he's like, it just kind of feels like a chore. And at the same time, I'm like, I understand. It's a chore for me too sometimes when he calls me on his way home and I'm like, you're going to tell me about your day. Yeah. So this is our 20 minutes to talk. So I feel guilty if we don't do it. You know what I mean? And it is very much a give and take. But when it hurts to hear those things sometimes. And
because like when you're long distance, you have to talk about like the mundane
you
things.
You have to, which is all you have.
You wouldn't normally talk about it. Just be like, okay, well, like we're going to the grocery store together, or like, you know, I'm picking up Blake, and like I'll see you when you get home. Yeah, like all those mundane things you have to like talk about, and it's like, oh my god,
and it's stuff that you're like,
you went to work, you're mad at Darren.
There's
like,
not always things to say. Mm-hmm. There's some days where I'm like, yeah, I didn't do anything today. Yeah, I laid around, you know. Yeah, and it just sucks because we were both like, well, we don't want to break up, but this is very hard right now. Mm-hmm. This is really tough. There is no solution. And that's when I was in my room and you came in and asked me something and I was like, and you were like, are you about to cry? And I was like, I think Brian hates me and he's a break up with me and he doesn't want to do this anymore.
I think I was asking you something very simple too. Like I was like, oh, I'm going to like make this food. Do you want some? And you're like,
yeah, that's exactly what it was. You were like, making food.
No. And I don't like getting this kind of text.
No, I was like, no, I'm good. Thank you. And you were like, are you about to cry? And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Brian said he doesn't want to break up, but I don't know any other solution because it's not going to change.
And I was like, he just said he's going through a hard time right now.
And he literally said in the text message,
I don't want to break up. I love you so much.
I don't love you
anyway. I think I'm getting divorced.
I think he's leaving me. And you're like, he literally said the words that he's not leaving you. That's not what you meant.
You're like, so anyway, I guess we live together forever. And when I get this big break in a few months, I won't even be able to bring up Brian, which it's going to be hard because I've already put him in the application interview, and then I'm going to have to tell this production company, hey, we're not even together.
Anyway, I cried too much. Whatever. Sorry, I like my boyfriend, and I want to stay with him. My bad.
Hey, you know what? No, I'm happy. I'm a lot happier now. So
someone being nice to you is not a reason to stay with them.
It is not.
And this is what I was saying, is that we were at Costco and you were going through it, and you were like, I don't know what to do. I just don't know if it's right, this, that, the other. And I kind of stood there for a minute, and we were waiting in the checkout line, and I just was quiet, and I looked at you and I was just like, I think you should break up with him. And you were like, what? And I was like, I don't think it's right. I don't think you like him very much. Like, I don't think this is a person you definitely don't want to have kids with. You definitely don't want to do the same things in life. And I was explaining, because I said it to you right after that. I was like, I don't think you've ever had a relationship end on good terms.
Yeah.
You never had a breakup that wasn't fighting, screaming, cops called, pulling you by your hair. Like, you've never experienced, oh, this just isn't the right fit.
Yeah.
Right? This was your first one.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've had, like, ones that are, like, just a couple months, and then it's like, like, sorry. Like,
yeah.
But you still have to send, like, the long text message at least. But, like, a year, no. Once we get past that point, it's like, oh, like, ride or die, literally. Mm-hmm. Literally until one of us is almost dead.
Right. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, sometimes it's okay to just not be on the same page.
Yeah.
And I think personally that's the whole point of dating, is that you go on a few dates with someone, even if it is 2 months, 9 dates, 4 dates, to see, is this someone I'm compatible with? Are they just nice to me? Do I actually like them? Am I excited? Do I get butterflies when his arm touches me? Like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, here's my problem with that. One date, and I want to live in their skin.
This is how Sarah gets. She's already on to season 5.
I literally am
the
like
host.
already thinking about like how I'm gonna have to move to Miami, and like I think we'll probably have a beach wedding. I really do see us having a beach wedding. I also he speaks Spanish, so obviously I've been doing my Duolingos again. I'm practicing my salsa. I have gotten much better at salsa over the past 3 days.
Eating it or dancing it?
Both.
Oh,
both. Yes.
It's like a Tostitos commercial. Yeah, you use the scoops.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, I'm a few steps ahead.
You get ahead of yourself, because I don't want to say anything you don't want said.
You can say whatever.
She told me about this guy, and God, can you tell the story?
Okay,
so, I really love this story.
We
have time.
Okay, so I downloaded Hinge. Whatever. I have free will. And I was like, this guy and we were having like pretty good conversation. I'm like, okay, like I'll at least come like hang out with you. And also I was like, like it's been 4 months. Like, yeah, I have needs.
Hey, man, this is a sex positive zone.
Yes.
You fucking slut. You little harlot.
And
she's a loose woman.
It's been 4 months, and also I was in a long distance relationship, so it's been 4 months. It's been like a year and 4 months.
It's
honestly.
been, let's say, in the last 2 years, in the last year and a half, 10 times?
Yeah,
maybe. In 18 months, she's had sex maybe 10 times.
Yes,
so I'm like, not enough.
Okay. Anyway, so I meet this guy on Hinge, and he's like, come to this rooftop. And I'm like, oh, okay, cute. Like, I love a New York rooftop. So I go there. I think that I'm going to like a rooftop bar, which it already had a DJ which kind of bothered me, because I was just like, ugh, like I've kind of outgrown that stage of my life. But whatever. I get there. It's not a bar. It is a house party. I walk into an apartment with 50 people in a New York apartment. And everyone's like shoulder to shoulder, and he's like, Sarah, like
it's
like,
Dan. It's my enemy.
Yes, it was Dan. My enemy. I walk in, and he's just like, Sarah, what's up? And I was like, oh no, I have like I've hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. I should have, I have to get back with my ex. Like, I literally was like, I should call him.
I fucked up.
I messed up. I should have never gone on. Like, and so I'm going through all this in my head. He's like, come upstairs. I want to introduce you to my friend. He's the DJ. He's got his arm wrapped around me. He's talking right into my ear.
Right here.
Just like,
it's hot.
He's like, I really like his style of music. I'm more of like just like a vibes person. And like, I just like feel it. And I'm like, oh my God, please get this guy away from me. And like, there was nothing wrong with him. There was stuff wrong with him.
There's definitely stuff wrong with him.
I just didn't like him. Okay, whatever. Maybe somebody would. But his friend is there and he starts talking to me and he was like, oh, you know, like I like wasn't expecting this. Like I'm just here visiting, like, and like he invited me here. And I was like, oh my God, me too. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to leave. And I was like, please don't leave me. I was like, you're the only person that has talked to me at this party.
Yeah.
And I am here with him. And
was
he's like, he
guy.
literally was up on the roof, like fucking pounding his fist. I was like, please don't leave me here with him.
Yeah,
like,
right.
just like flatter me for just a second. And so we end up talking literally the entire night.
The friend.
Not
the guy from
Yeah.
Hinge. Hinge guy's friend.
Hinge guy's friend. And he finally just like looks at me at one point and he was like, he's like, I'm interested in you. He's like, I know this is wrong and like whatever, you came here with him, but he's like, I just want you to know like that I am interested in you. I'm not just sitting here talking to you because I like I'm trying to make you feel better. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm genuinely interested in you. I really like our conversation. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Funny.
Anyway, I fucked his friend. And anyway, I done fucked his friend. And now we're getting married.
And now they're married. Oh my God. She comes home at 4 a.m. Now listen, I was out at a show. I didn't know any of this was happening.
I didn't even tell you I was going out on the date.
I didn't know she was going out at all. Okay. I'm out at a show. I come home. I'm like a little wired from the show. I had a good show. So I like closed Sarah's door and I'm out here having snacks and watching TV. And then I opened your door and went to bed at like maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. And I hear the door handle to the apartment starting to jiggle. And I freaked out because I thought you were already in bed.
Yeah.
So I like was like,
and this was like, okay, so obviously I've never brought anyone home.
Never brought anybody
and
home.
I just we never really had the conversation. I remember one time you were like, just don't bring anyone back if you're single. And I was like, okay, so like I'm telling this guy, I was like, we have to be really quiet. Like I do have a roommate. I was like, it's not like I'm not 22. Like I was like, I have a 35-year-old roommate. Like we really do have to be quiet. And you're a pretty deep sleeper.
I am.
So I'm like,
I can sleep through almost anything, but because I thought you were already in the house, when I heard the door being messed with, I thought the house was getting broken into. So I shoot up. Sarah comes in 2 steps in the door. I just go, Sarah, like panic, Sarah, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? I was like, I thought you were already here, and I'm asleep. And so she's like, no, no, and like fumbling, and I was like, what are you doing? And you're like, I went out. And I was like, oh, how was your Hinge date? And she just goes, he's here. And I was like, oh my God, close my door. Like, go to your room. Get out of here. And like, I got up real quick and like closed the door.
and then I like didn't know I didn't want to explain to you like, well,
Right. You're not going to go through that whole thing. But I was dying the next morning, like doing that thing. It's been so long since I've lived with a single girlfriend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
college or my sister was like the last time that I had to wait to hear the tea.
Oh, yeah.
And so he didn't leave until like noon. And I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, yeah, I need to know everything. And finally I hear the door shut and I come and I'm like all excited. And I'm like, tell me everything you got to tell me. And that was fun, you know? Like that was fun to like have a little gossip session. But as soon as I was like, tell me everything, Sarah was like, I just think we're going to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's amazing. He's an incredible, what did you say? A passionate lover or something like that. I was like, gross, dude.
Yes.
He's Spanish, so he knows the little R rolling tongue tricks. Yeah.
Like, so yeah. I, obviously like one of us is going to have to move. Right. I'm either gonna have to, move to where he's at, or he's gonna have to move here. It's like, it's gonna happen. Also, you're crazy for this, but like, so I have like my AirPods in, and I tell him because of course we hung out the next night because
they did a back to back.
Well,
because they did a twofer because he was going back.
And obviously like if we're gonna live together, like we have to.
Not because of his 9 a.m. flight. My bad. It was because they needed to practice.
Thinking about the future, if we're going to live together, like we kind of have to see like, like how we sleep together sober and, I had to cook him breakfast in the morning, like we had to like, play house for like a couple days just to see. But I was like, I have a show tonight, but if you want to hang out after, we can. And it was voice to text. It was my AirPods. And it just said, good luck, Nina. The way my blood boiled immediately, I was like, is this guy, does he really think my name is fucking Nina? Is he texting other people? I'm like, who the fuck? Oh my God, are you cheating on me? But then,
psychotic, insane person.
But then I did look at my phone, Nina.
Because he's a Latino.
Good luck, girl.
A Latino.
I was like, ooh.
Damn straight. You almost popped off on a man you had known for 24 hours. Not even 18 hours you had known this man. That's insane. You're a crazy person. Yeah. But they're married. And it's going to be, or it was a very nice wedding. A very nice.
Yeah, no, it will be a very nice wedding. I've already looked up his family and, She
did a background check. Everything's great.
His mom's very attractive.
We, actually, what's really funny, Sarah's describing all this, and I'm standing there cooking breakfast, and she's, like, sitting on the couch in, like, her yesterday makeup, and it's cute, and you're, like, I don't know if you were hungover or not, but, like, and, I was like, I'm a little bit jealous. And she's like, what? I was like, I haven't felt that in years. Like that, are we going to hook up? Is this some, like, those, like, it's different because, like, Brian and I know each other literally inside and out. Like, yes, we know we're going to fuck.
So do we.
I know, but it's different.
I
know.
I'm not I don't know what you're talking about.
I would never
Are you insinuating that I don't know my boyfriend?
I would never turn off the Wi-Fi on your relationship. But Brian and I, it's still exciting to see each other. I still get butterflies. I still can't wait to kiss him. But that first time you're hooking up with someone, that like first kiss, and like it's just so exciting and so invigorating. I was like, I'm jealous. Like I love this for you, and I miss that feeling. I'm retelling the story to Brian, and I'm like, yeah, so they're like, they met it, and it's this guy's friend, and they totally, like, didn't end up even, like, they didn't know each other, this wasn't the plan, and how spontaneous, isn't that cute? And Brian goes, man, that sounds really nice, like that, and I was like, that made me feel so secure in my relationship, that we were both like, yeah, we're in love, but, like, that's cool, like, that's really cool for you, you know? But we both had the exact same reaction of, like, oh, a one-night stand.
Okay, don't call him that.
Oh, a one-night marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. A one-night, what would you call it?
I mean, the start of something big, Mary.
Here's what's going to happen for the rest of 2025. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go away for 6 weeks to tape my project. Who's moving in? Miami. Poppy's moving in. And they're going to adopt Duchess for the time being while I'm away. And then they're going to learn if they can raise kids together.
Oh,
because you have 2 problem children. You have psychopath Chloe. You have avoidant Duchess. You see how he is as a father.
Correct.
While I'm away for 6 weeks, he comes here, sublets, pays my half of the rent.
Beautiful.
Right. And then when I come back, they're ready to get married. I have newfound fame, right? Everybody, I'm selling tickets before they're even on sale. Like, it's crazy. So we both move our entire families to a penthouse in Manhattan.
I don't see why this couldn't work.
It's the only possibility.
I absolutely love it.
I think so. So stay tuned.
I love that it ends in penthouse. Anything that ends in a penthouse, I'm here for.
The penthouse podcast.
I love it. We're
already doing it.
Tune in next year.
2026 Penthouse Podcast, baby. But for right now, what can you do? You can follow us at Special Friends Podcast on Instagram and YouTube and anywhere you get it. And then I'm at Mary Santora Comedy. Get in on it now, because your girl's about to be famous. You're about to be famous.
And I'm Sarah Pop-Tarts.
But Pop-Tarts might change soon.
I was about to say that. Yeah. You never know. You might catch me walking around with a little bit more of a Spanish last name.
A little lip.
A Latina last name, okay?
She's going to be Sarita Pop-Tarts.
I wonder how you say Pop-Tarts in Spanish. I'll figure that out. Anyway, that might be my new name.
All right. This is our manifestation episode. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.